just wanted to create. I wanted to meet new people, and I just kind of kept doing that up until, you know, eventually I learned enough of the business where I started pitching my own stuff. Creating your own stuff is one thing, but you gotta create and then really like push that stuff. Like it deserves to be seen, it deserves to be heard, just like everybody else's stuff. So you gotta learn the business side of it. So I did, and I figured out, you know, just pitching and all of that, and come to find out a lot of people who are even bigger than us don't know how to do that stuff. So I started doing it for other people. Had a digital marketing company, ended up doing radio in North Carolina, doing radio in Philly, came back to New York. Then the list goes on. I really could like literally keep going, but because it's still a journey up until this point. But I guess my point is just to keep saying yes, and then like just let the pieces fall where they may. Yeah.
So how I started out, I've been doing this for over 8 or 9 years now as first as an artist. And you know, going to showcases, going to events, as artists can relate to what I'm talking about right now, I started seeing how certain promoters would like tell artists certain things. Oh, they're a big name artists, you know what I'm talking about. Big name celebrities coming and A&R people, they never showed up. You already know what I'm talking about, right? Yeah, that's why I was like, exactly. And I just started like, why as an independent artist, I'm putting so much money into these showcases and they're not even giving me half what I deserve to get as an artist, the money that I barely have. So from that point on, I'm so honored to be here, you guys. I'm just honored, guys, because as now to talk to you, these beautiful people on this platform, and to tell you the struggles I went through as still now as an independent artist. With my beautiful team here, Gemini Stacks is right there behind you guys, and J Empire Media, we made a beautiful platform for all independent artists. 4 years strong, guys, and rocking first place. Yeah, no, with the VERO G Spotlight TV show, we started that with a pilot. It became really great because a lot of people, you know, artists, word of mouth, kept talking about it. Oh, you know, check it out. And from that point on, I said, let's talk to my team, you know. And I said, what's another thing artists want? Because I said, I got tired of artists seeing how it is. So I did my own platform with my team. No help, no investor, no sponsor, all out of pockets. And we, from that point on, we have the VERO G Spotlight TV show, the VERO G Spotlight radio show at DTF Radio, the VERO G Spotlight magazine. I also do my own stuff, my own online shows on you know, online and stuff like that. So from that point on, I branched off as an independent artist, realizing, you know what, I'm gonna help all artists out there that deserve these platforms and get their voice be heard. And I got tired as an independent artist seeing how some of these promoters will lie to you to get you in the lure trap, and you will not get none of the stuff that they promoted or promised you. So with that in mind, I said, I'm gonna try as a Latina, especially a Latina, represent, and being a big woman, and you know what, I'm gonna break those barriers down. Lizzo did it as an artist, I'm gonna do it as a Latina, as a journalist, as an artist, whatever I'm doing, I'm gonna break those barriers down so people know that their voice are counted for. Thank you.
How do you guys handle confidentiality in your film?
Your family?
And your family's living.
This is something that I was raised on. Not everything needs to be known. When it comes out, everybody, they get an opportunity to be like, oh, I'm on this, that, and third. It falls apart, but they told everybody before it happened. It's like, they look stupid. Just shut the hell up. Let it play out. And live the moment. Don't speak it before it happens. Because 9 out of 10 times it might fall apart. Yeah.
So for me, it's extremely important. One, being a nutritionist as well as working with artists, it's extremely important for confidentiality when it comes to me. I mean, I've worked with executives from LVRN, executives from Black Ground Records, which houses Aaliyah's music, countless other big name artists, and when it comes to both sides of the fields that I work in, we make sure that it's extremely clear that everything you tell me stays between you and I and God, if there is anything else. You have to be that way, even when you're talking from artist to artist, or when you're seeking help from other people in the industry that have more knowledge or whatever it is that you're gaining from them. even things they tell you, those are things that they're telling you out of kindness or because you're paying them. It's not something that you go back and you blab to everyone and everything. It's just like, as an artist, you look for people to pay you to listen to your music, and you don't want them to just give it away for free. That's how you eat, that's how you take care of your family. So making sure that things that are said to you or given to you are things that are for you and you only, unless you ask for permission to give it out to someone else.
I agree.
Oh, I was just gonna say that I agree, like, with the confidentiality stuff, because, like, when I'm interviewing people, there are some people that, like, I'll personally reach out to, and I might not have them pay because I had asked them, and it's just a nice gesture. I don't want them going around saying, oh, I didn't pay for that interview, so, like, you know, so it's, you know, just everybody's keep your business
Be
to
quiet.
yourselves.
Right.
Do what you gotta do, make your money, but yes.
And
I agree.
NDA too.
That's
Those
what
as
I
well.
agree. Yeah.
Exactly. Right there, NDA, all day, every day.
Yes, contracts too.
Right.
Get
Yes.
contracts written up.
NDAs are really important, and non-competes are very important. Now that I'm like hiring people, it's like, it's really interesting to see like how your idea can just be, you know, and there's no such thing as an original idea. I do believe that as an artist and media personality or someone with a personal brand, sometimes you gotta eat that. Like Jay-Z might steal their lyric one day. Who knows? Who cares? Like, and there's gonna be more ideas where that came from. But you know, just do your due diligence to have your NDAs, your non-competes before you tell people the idea. And also, like you said, like, don't walk into the room ready to tell people your ideas. Just walk into the room with you as the value point. Like, you want me here, and the idea won't work unless I'm here. So I'll tell you what it is, that's no problem, but just, you have to set things up that where it's always gonna work for you. And, you know, I think that's easier when you know the legal side of things, like you said.
For me, I think it's just about like mutual respect. I know like when I get lots of emails from publicists, you know, they have that lengthy, you know, confidentiality, you know, fine print at the bottom. Like, I just think it's important to respect that because, you know, not only, you know, for the artist, when you're having to roll out, you don't want to mess that up. You don't want to put things out there that's not supposed to be out there. And I want the same kind of respect. So that's all I would say. I'll keep it short and sweet. Just have mutual respect. Like, that's how I go about it.
I also think that you build trust with the client.
Yeah.
Because if they're coming to you, like I have a lot of people that call my phone, they just be telling me all their business. I'll be like, but at the same time, because you know, artists go through so many different things, and it's like mental health issues. Like if they got burnt by a promoter or they gave somebody $10,000 to book them and they didn't get paid or whatever, and they call me with these issues, it's like they trust you. So we all have to have trust with our clients, no matter what, because they're taking their time to tell us their business. So we just really have to hold that tight. I don't want my business to be like, because I'm gonna get comfortable with you and I'll be like, well, damn, this is what happened to me. So the same way that you trust me, I need you to trust me too. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense.
And people talk.
Can I piggyback off that a little bit? As an interviewer too, when you're talking to artists or whoever, I like to always ask them ahead of time, like, what's off the record, what's on the record, because you know, I don't want nothing to come out that, you know, we shouldn't have spoken about. And like I said, that mutual respect. Like, I worked with someone who's kind of like a vet in media. She's an older lady, and she actually asked me to come along and like kind of help her revamp her stuff because, like, you know, she's older, she's not really with the times that we are right now. I had to sign NDAs, all that, because she has so much footage of interviews she's done with like Cat Williams and Will Smith, like from back in the day before we had like social media. And this stuff was on like camcorder. You know, so I sat there and watched it and I had to sign an NDA and I'm like, dang, Cat Williams said this, like, you know, but like you said, I could lose trust doing that. And she's a vet, so like, why would I mess up that bridge with somebody just to get something out there with what, a couple views, a couple likes? Like, I would never do that. So for me, it's about, you know, the mutual respect, like I said, always asking somebody like what's on record, what's off record, and just respecting them, and that's it.
And just to piggyback, sorry, on that. That was really important. I think it's like in that too, figure out what your brand is, because it's like, look at like an Angie Martinez, for example, opposed to like a Wendy Williams. Like if you think your brand is gonna be being a shock jock, that might work for you, you know what I mean? But you're not gonna have the trust and they're not gonna want to sit down with you next time. You know what I mean? So if you're still building, like, make sure that trust factor is there because it goes both ways.
Yeah. At the same time, when you're sitting there and we're interviewing people, and they'll say that it's off the record, but if they trust you and you get comfortable, they'll tell you.
Yep.
They'll tell you in the end of the interview, and you be like, and you'll be thinking at the end of the interview, like, he still told me anything. Like, it works out. So that's why I said the trust factor is huge when it comes to us being the media and we hold y'all secrets dear to us.
How would you say,
I just want to add one more thing. Guys, contracts, like you said, NDAs and all that stuff, but contracts, verbally, it doesn't hold in court, but I would say always have something in writing, either email or text, because down the line, if they come at you with something, you got to prove. That's what I'm like.
exactly, how would you all say that you have transitioned from when you started until now? Because radio is different, media is different from, so how, from when you started till now, how have you all transitioned?
There's one key word in life that was always taught from my mom, the ability to adapt. Nothing stays the same. Growing up, we had BET with Terrence, we used to be in TV all the time, like, dang, I used to watch the countdowns, Now, artists they get about TikTok and,
Yeah.
it's like, it's a whole different ballgame, but us as media professionals, we just gotta adapt, because nothing will stay the same. 10 years down the road, everything might be, is it holograms? Yeah. You might not be there.
Metaverse.
Yeah, they're making robots.
Yeah.
You got a point, you got a
We might have to make the robots to program the robots to do our job.
Avatars and shit.
It's already happening.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so it's just
That's a fact.
That's whole stuff.
Music, it changes every 3 to 5 years, so you gotta keep up with that, and then you gotta keep up with the technology that comes behind it, and the platforms that come behind it, so.
I think for me, it's just been like being willing to kind of accept the challenge and push yourself. Because sometimes, I know me, I don't know about all of you, but sometimes I go through like imposter syndrome, and it's like, why am I in this room? Like, I know I'm supposed to be here, but like your mind play tricks on you, like you're not good enough or you're not, whatever. So for me, it's just